Hello guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Today we're gonna be doing a tan makeup look, even though I'm not tan at all and I don't plan to be. Like, I wish I was one of those girls right now in my country, in my hometown, that are going to the beach already and they're getting tan. I wish I was one of those, but first of all, I don't like getting tan and I don't get tanned. I get red like a lobster and then I turn pale again, so it's kind of useless. Second of all, I don't like changing my foundation shade. I just don't like spending $60 on a new foundation that I get to use like 3 months a year. It's just not my thing. And third of all, I think that my high contrast is one of the things that I have going for me, which works. And if I get tan, I am reducing that contrast, and I don't know, I feel like it just wouldn't work for me anymore. I think that having like dark hair and pale skin is one of my things, and I get tan and I lower that contrast. I just wouldn't know what to do with myself. I don't know if I make any sense. It's just I like my high contrast and I don't want to change that. But as I mentioned, there are a few instances where I see these like tan bronzy makeup looks and I would like to be one of those people. Like, these last one day, and lucky for me, when I have those days, I have the power to recreate that look through makeup. So that is what I'm gonna attempt to do today. I already have my base on, it's just my eyebrows and my foundation, and we're gonna get right into the eyes. Let me get you closer though. So I'm also gonna use some makeup that I haven't used in a while. Today I'm gonna use the ColourPop Precious Metals palette. It's kind of reflective. Yeah, this palette is crazy good. I should use it more. But as you can see, it has these array of tan shades. It also has some neutrals and cool tones, so that's great. I think I'm gonna go for neutral to warm. I don't want to go like super orange because it would not work well for me. So I think I'm gonna start with a neutral shade. This one here, probably. High Value shade. It has some shimmer in it. Don't really care. And I'm gonna use it as a base. So I'm gonna try to use shades that normally work for me and then adding some like warmer tan shades on top of those, because if I just use these tan shades, they're gonna look like a punch in the gut. Like, they're not gonna look at home on my skin because I am neutral to cool toned. So using those shades as a bridge is a great place to start. And this shade, I mean, it is neutral, but it does lean a tiny bit like a brown with some warmth. I don't know why, but I basically am not finding any of my brushes and I haven't moved them. I don't know, it's weird. So I'm kind of using brushes that are maybe too big for what I want them to achieve. I have looked for them, I just can't find them. Maybe it's one of those like times where you cannot find something and then it suddenly pops up from nowhere and it's like, I've been here this whole time and you haven't seen me, and you're like, no, it's where? I did look there, exactly there, and it was not there. I think it's just the universe messing with you a little bit. Okay, now that I have this more neutral base, I want to get into this Down to Earth shade. It is a brown with some gold flecks. I want to use just a tiny bit. Oh, I picked up a lot. Just a tiny bit in the corners. Yeah, that's a bronzy shade. I like these matte shades with some glitter. I feel like those are really heavily used in Asian beauty. They just use those all over the lids and rely on these pinpoints of shimmer that sometimes the light catches. We don't use those. I feel like we don't use those at all in Western makeup, and I wish I was one of those because I feel like it's so elegant, but I just cannot be bothered. Like, if I have glitter, I want my glitter to be seen. So I feel like now I want to use that Down to Earth shade on my lid. I have to be very careful because this is a like a very deep shade, and I wouldn't want this to turn like into a smoky eye. I want to be careful with this. And I don't know if you can see the gold specks. I'm just applying it with my finger so that it also catches some of that pigment. Yeah, I'm quite satisfied with the eye. I feel like it's not giving too much of a smoky eye. And I do want to use like a more high impact shimmer. I think I'm gonna go for this not basic shade. It is like copper, but it has some gold. I want to use a very light touch. Just add some scattered glitter. Yeah, like that. Like, I don't want this to be a full shimmer lid. I just want some glitter. Like, if I imagine this look where it should be worn like on a beach, or like at sunset at a beach dinner. I imagine these copper flecks to shine and get caught in the light so beautifully. I'm gonna pick up that down to earth shade and just also really deepen my outer edges. I'm trying to pinch my brush a little bit because, as I mentioned, my brushes are nowhere to be found and this is a touch too big. I got inspired to do this tan look, I think, by multiple factors actually. First of all, the Huda Beauty Strawberry Latte collection. I think that is a very tan summery collection that she came out with. And second of all, have you seen the new sneak peek of the new Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette on Trend Mood? Stunning. Just an array of brown eyeshadows. Honestly, do I need them? No. Do I want to get them? Yes. I'm battling my demons though, because I don't know, I feel like lately I am not so much into browns, but into more like rosy neutral browns, and those are not it. But there are some shades there that are just so stunning. I want to use an inner corner shade. I think I'm gonna use this Priceless shade here. Yeah, this one. Because it is pale but it has some warmth. I'm gonna use my pinky finger because, again, I don't want it to be too overpowering, and I'm trying to really blend it in. For my eyeliner, I'm gonna use my brown eyeliner from Nabla. I've been using this instead of a black eyeliner for like months now since I got this. I think I got this during Christmas, so I don't even know if I own a black eyeliner at this point, but it's very dark. It's a very dark shade, so it still looks kind of black on me. I wish you could see up close this like this glitter on my lids. I think it's beautiful, but yeah, it's definitely something that you have to see with the right light, and I don't think my setup is gonna pick up on it. I'm also gonna use a brown mascara. This is again from Nabla. They have this set, I don't know if it's still available, in which you can purchase the eyeliner and the mascara. They also have the same set in black, but I thought that it would be more interesting to have, like, to try the brown one. And I think that the mascara is a tiny bit lighter than the eyeliner, but they still work together really well. I got mascara on my lid. That's always fun. Yeah, this mascara is a bit wet. If I had to find like something that's not so great about it, it's that it takes a bit to dry. Since this is a tan look, I'm gonna use some bronzer. I almost never use bronzer, but I think this is the definition of a tan look, is to have a little bit of warmth. This is the Rare Beauty bronzer. I like it because it's very easy to blend and it's not super pigment, like it's kind of transparent. I don't know, I feel so weird applying bronzers because it doesn't feel like me. I don't know, if there's a makeup item that is not me, it's bronzer. Let me know in the comments if you have a makeup item that you feel like does not represent you. For example, you could be a I don't like blush girl, or I don't like eyeshadow girl, or guy. Yeah, I like this cheek much better than this one, and I don't know what I did differently. I feel like I also need some bronzer on my nose because we're trying to recreate what the sun does when you get hit by it, if you get hit by it in my case. The high points of my cheeks and my nose are all the points where I get red, not tan, I get red, but if I did get tan it would be mostly in these areas. I always am unsure when I apply bronzer because I don't know, I feel like, does it look just out of place on me? I don't know. This is what I have so far. I think it's not that bad. Let's go for blush. As I mentioned with my eyeshadow, I want to transition from something that I use every day and that is at home on my skin to something that is more tan than I would normally use. So I'm gonna use as a base the Red Beauty blush in the shade Hope. This one I used to have, I gave it away because I did not like it, and then I got it for Christmas in a set, and since then somehow I like it. Yeah, I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know why that happens, but it happened, and I'm embracing it. So this is a pinky warm tone. It's still not the tone that I wanna end up with. It's just to have something as a base that I know works. This foundation from Prada, I think it looks very good, but it is also dry. Like, I feel like it sets the moment you finish spreading it. So I am applying cream now on a foundation that is not set with powder, and it still feels like I am applying something on a powdered face, if that makes any sense. Okay, I'm gonna turn it back down again. This is what I usually do with blush anyways, but since this is not gonna be the main color, I don't want to be like too blushy already, even though I think that looks kind of cute. My main blush is gonna be one of those from the Huda Beauty Strawberry Latte Blush Filter palette. As you can see, these are very tan. And which shade do I want to apply? It's one of these two. Let me swatch them to decide which one should I apply. I feel like I want to apply the deeper one, but I need to be very careful. I don't know if you've seen my last video, but there was a semi-disaster with this palette, so I'm kind of scared. Maybe I can mix both of them. Yeah, I'm gonna mix them and just tap everything on my hand to get some pigment out, and then I'm gonna apply it on the apples of my cheeks. Yeah, do I look tan or do I look like I played with too much blush? That's always an option somehow. Okay, I feel like that is good, but again, need to tone it down. Whenever I apply blush, it goes too far down and it starts dragging my face downwards, so alright, kinda like it. What do I want to do for lips? I think I need to use this MAC lipstick. This is Signature Move or Signature Movie. I think that it is misspelled either on MAC Middle East or just the international page. Maybe it's misspelled on the Middle East one. This is like a warm with a bit of rose to it, a sheer shiny lipstick. Do I want to use a lip liner? Maybe I don't. Let me try it without. See how sheer that is? And I think that's the beauty of it. Like, is it giving me sun-kissed lips with the like gloss on top? Yeah, I kind of like not having a lip liner because it is kind of like a blurry lip. I'm gonna use my Hourglass palette instead of a setting powder because I don't need to use a setting powder today. I'm gonna pick up like this whole like L-shaped row of powders. This is the beauty of the Hourglass formulas. Like, you can do this and it will somehow work. I really like this palette. This is the Ambient Deer palette from the, I think it was the holiday collection. I like it. This is my first Hourglass powder palette, first of all. I really do see that filter that it applies on the skin. It does really make your makeup look better. One thing that I noticed that people don't really say is that when they talk about this like filter powder, they're not really telling you what it is. I feel like this powder has a sheen, like those powders that have this like red, I don't know what to call it. It's like a red holographic sheen. I feel like that is what it gives. I know that it's weird, but I think I can see it. When I apply these, I see this like warm sheen that it gives. Yeah, it's not noticeable when I swatch it. And I think that you really have to go in and look, but it looks like I have a slight warm sheen, and when you look at everything from afar, it just looks like a filter. I don't know. It's magic. I don't know how they came up with that and how they knew that it would work, but it works somehow. So this is the finished I need a tan look. No, that's copyrighted probably. I like this. I feel like, do I look tanner? Do I look like I am going to a beach evening party? I don't know, maybe that's too much for me. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this look. I think that if you are getting tan, these are great shades on you, and if you're not getting tan like me, this is a good way to sort of recreate that vibes, those beachy vibes. Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you will subscribe. It's free. Just putting it out there in the universe. Would appreciate your subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.